It's scenes like this that U.S. President Donald Trump promised to end. But just as the latest American casualty in Afghanistan was arriving home, Trump took to Twitter, reportedly blindsiding his own advisors. He announced he'd canceled a secret meeting at the presidential retreat in Maryland that would have included the Taliban. The change of plans followed yet another car bombing the Taliban said it had carried out in Kabul.
They thought that they had to kill people in order to put themselves in a little better negotiating position. When they did that, they killed 12 people. One happened to be a great American soldier.
Democrats slammed the president for entertaining the notion of hosting the Taliban in the first place.
We have serious concerns. Number one is you can't have peace unless you have the Taliban and the Afghan government together. This has been a one-sided talk. And secondly, I don't know how you bring the perpetrator, or those who gave refuge to the perpetrator of September 11th as we approach the 18th anniversary to Camp David when they're in the midst of conducting attacks which recently created the death of an American. So I think it was ill-conceived in the first place.
In Kabul, the Afghan president was defiant.
We are ready for negotiations, but if Taliban thinks they can scare us, look at these warriors. They will respond to you and will break your back.
The top negotiator for the talks, Zalmay Khalilzad, had been recalled to Washington. He'd been part of a year-long effort to end the longest war in U.S. history. He and the Taliban had reportedly reached an agreement in principle. Trump's top diplomat insists the administration had made significant headway in the talks.
We had a commitment from the Taliban to make a formal public announcement that they would break with al-Qaeda, something that an American demand that had gone back as far as President Bush. We were making progress along the way. President Trump was supportive of those efforts.
The U.S. was also seeking to roughly half the 14,000 troops it has stationed in Afghanistan, despite Trump's campaign promises of a complete withdrawal. The president had clearly hoped to broker a landmark deal before next year's election, and security analysts say he may still get his chance.
I don't think that this particular instance is affecting the ability of the United States to broker a deal. This was a one-time incident, serendipitous, idiosyncratic, but it doesn't stop the long process of negotiations that have been going on for years.
For now, the administration may be reassessing its strategy, but it will likely incur more losses on its way to achieving its goal. Yasmin Al-Sabawi, TRT World, Washington.